You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Hey guys, we're here today with Cody Tribbett, one of my good friends. So we're gonna have another car ride conversation and talk about whatever. Probably start with car related things first and then just go from there. Let's go. All right, so what car do you drive right now?
I drive a Honda Civic.
Honda Civic.
Yes.
That's right. If you watched the video from last week, it's actually his car. So fun stuff. Did you like it?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Oh, I was thinking the car, but I'm glad you liked the video too.
Oh, I definitely liked the video.
Oh, we're gonna do more of that. So much fun.
Oh, absolutely.
What was the fastest you got on that road?
I got 89.
89?
I think I hit 89.
There we go. I got 75. So the Civic's a little quicker than a Ford Escape. So if you had to pick any car in the world to have right now, what would you pick?
Oh, easy. Dodge Challenger.
Challenger?
Oh, yeah.
Would it be a Hellcat or?
I don't think it has to be. I mean,
okay.
If I could choose anything, I mean, sure. I mean, those things are amazing. But just a basic, easy Dodge Challenger. I love those things. Any of the models, could have been older model, newer model. I just think they're beautiful.
Yes. See, I was actually looking at one the other day. Not like to buy, but it's like, man, I want one of those someday.
Yep.
Dude, it was like in like this kind of milky gray, which sounds disgusting, but it looked so good. Oh, I absolutely loved it. I want one. I think the first project car I want, that was a Mini, just because those would be so interesting.
Yeah. I like the burnt orange-ish color. I think that would be not like the orange from what's that movie? Dukes of Hazzard. Not that kind of orange, but like a darker orange.
Yes.
But that's the only car I want orange though.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It just looks fast.
See, I kind of like fun colors on cars, but I wouldn't have it on my daily just because insurance. It's like, why you gotta be so mean, insurance?
Exactly.
Yeah. I had a red Audi. Thankfully, it didn't do too much to insurance, but it was still not fun.
A red car will do that to you.
I know. Well, my friend, he had a Ford Focus, like old 2003 Ford Focus. It was a two-door with a sunroof, and insurance classified that as a sports car.
That two-door, yep.
And it's just like, oh no, that's not how that works. Insurance companies, I know you think it's how it works.
Right.
Ford Focus is not a sports car. No matter how much you try to push it.
You can go fast in a lot of cars, but doesn't make it sporty.
Truth. So are you looking to get a new car soon? Or are you sticking with the Honda Civic?
I'll probably just stick with it, just not having the money to do that, but
Fair enough.
I'd get a truck before I'd get another car.
You get a truck?
Oh yeah.
What truck would you get?
Dream Toyota Tacoma. It's so expensive. Those things never lose value. I think that's half the reason too. It's just like I can have it forever if I treat it right. I can have it for a very long time.
Oh yeah, those would be like one of the few cars I'd consider buying new, just because it's like it's almost not worth paying the used price, because it's just like I should just buy new, like right at that point.
Yeah, that or a Tundra.
Oh, the Tacomas. I like smaller things. Like, I want a small car. I'd get a small pickup truck. That's the route I'd go for sure.
Something like that.
No, it's just what I like. Some people like bigger. Like, I love, when I was landscaping, I would drive the 1-ton trucks all the time. They were a ton of fun. Would never want to own one though. I was in West Virginia with my friend from Ohio, and his brother invited us to go skiing with him in West Virginia, and he had this 2013 GMC 1500 that had a 6-inch lift kit on it.
Oh,
big tires, everything. And I was like, ooh, can I drive it? And I don't know why, but he said, yeah, sure. And I was like, okay, sweet. And I drove that for like maybe 3 hours the rest of the way to the cabin we were staying in the mountains. So it included some snowy mountain roads. But it was like, I'm sitting there on the road, it's like, and I was like, oh my gosh, shut up. And it was just, I'm like, I'm in both lanes at the same time. How does this work? I'm a truck, but I'm in both lanes at the same time. It's like, I couldn't live with that. I just couldn't do it.
I couldn't live with the size tires. Every time you have to buy new tires.
Oh my god! Like
Truck tires in
700
general
a
are
piece.
ridiculous, but yeah.
Ugh. I paid $50 a piece for my tires on my Audi. One time. I bought them
$50 a piece.
Bought them used. It was okay. So
Interesting.
it was with this company it was a small garage in Maine. They would get tires from their friend who owned a dealership. People would buy a car, whatever, off the lot. Didn't like the tires, would almost immediately trade them out. So they would basically be brand new tires that they would buy for $20 a piece, sell them for $40, but then they $200 flat for mounting and everything. And it was like kind of a great deal because they were like basically brand new tires.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll do that.
That's genius.
I know. I don't know what happened to that camera back here. I want to check if it's still recording real quick. Okay. Technical difficulties aside, where were we?
No idea. Trucks? Something?
Something to do with trucks?
You were, your friend had a super big, tires.
Oh, that's right, tires. Yeah.
To cycle through that.
I know, you've got to do that. You're like, oh, that,
Backtrack.
then that. Oh, yeah, there we were. Yes, okay, we're back now. Back. Something happened. Wait, did that really take 7 minutes to figure out on my camera?
I guess.
Oh. But yeah. All right. Talked about cars, obligatory car channel stuff. Now, actually, no, I have a couple more questions. I lied.
Okay.
Do you know how to change a tire?
I have changed a tire. Yes, I do know how to. I had a flat tire the day I moved into college. So 5 years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
Same day I moved into my dorm. I had a right rear tire blowout taking my brothers to school.
Where were they going to school?
The same high school I did, so Jefferson Forest in Lynchburg.
Gotcha. I was going to say, it was like, you live in the town you went to school, so.
Right.
I say that's not a very far commute to bust a tire.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was probably 10 minutes from home. And it's not like NASCAR. Changing a tire is not like NASCAR.
No.
If it was that easy, I wouldn't care about popping a tire, honestly.
It's not very fun.
No, it's not at all.
Do you know how to change your oil?
I would know how to change my oil now that I helped you with that one guy. So I have seen it done. Would I want to do it myself? Probably not.
It saves money. It saves money and time.
Yeah.
All right. So now what I want to get into is you were talking about starting a podcast with your
Yes.
friend. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What you want to talk about? What it might be called? All that stuff. We'd love to hear it. Promote you a little bit.
So he's a pastor at a church in North Carolina, and I'm seeking to be a pastor. Whoever will accept me or wherever God will lead me. Possibly at the same church he's at. And it's just something that over quarantine I was just thinking through. It's like, not that I need a bunch of people to listen to it, or that it's worth a bunch of people listening to. It's just I kind of want to just talk where I feel what I'm feeling. Like it's almost like a journal. So kind of like where I'm at, like in my journey of becoming a pastor, or eventually what I'm working through as a pastor, and just kind of different viewpoints and kind of bounce those off and talk about topics that are relevant, whether it be prayer, whether it be something that the world is going through, how do we talk through it, just get different viewpoints, talk to people, and try to figure things out, because I don't have all the answers, but I'd like to have good answers when people ask questions, or when something approaches me, or someone approaches me, or a situation happens. So
That's awesome.
I wish I had a good name for it.
What are your ideas right now for it?
I honestly, that's the reason we haven't named it, is because I'm horrible at brainstorming. Like I'm not creative in that way at all. He had one suggestion that I can't remember, but something that it doesn't just say pastures, like just so people aren't like, well, I don't want to listen to that.
Pasture podcast.
Right.
Yeah, that's new.
Something catchy. And it might be something with our names. Because I have a friend that he does sports broadcasting. And he has a podcast with a friend. And his friend's name is Walker. And his name is Den. So it's Walk with Den. And I think that is the coolest thing ever. So I wish we could do something with Vaughn and Tribbett. I think that would be really cool.
Napa Tribbett?
Yeah, really.
That's the first thing that came to my
I
head.
would listen to that podcast if I saw that title.
That's terrible. I kind of like it though.
Like Pastor Nick and Cody. Something like that.
Sweet life of Nick and Cody.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I'll have to give him that one. We could even go like Nickelodeon, like Nick at Night.
I like that.
But we'd have to podcast, like do it at night.
Yeah. That's why, like, when I named the channel The Parking Lot Mechanic, I'm like, well, in the future, I've kind of backed myself into a corner. Can't really work in a garage. So down the road, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put lifts outdoors in the parking lot. So it's like, I got a lift, but it's in a parking lot. So come at me, bro. Like,
or you can name your garage the parking lot.
Ooh, even better.
Just saying.
That's even better.
That's how you beat your corner, you know? I think you would like this, but have you seen the Netflix show? It's like Cars Coffee, like comedy with cars and coffee or whatever. It's got
I've heard it.
Jerry Seinfeld is like the host, and
Wait.
he brings like comedy
there's a car.
people. He brings comedy people onto it, and they literally drive in a fancy car that he
There's
gets,
another one.
and then they go get coffee and just talk and are funny.
Oh,
Kevin Hart's been on there with him. Ellen DeGeneres has been on there with him.
I'd love to work down to that at some point. Like car ride conversations where we're at right now, and it's like we just kind of drive around. So it's like it's great. Y'all are funny.
Yeah.
Man, just wanna. I think double meta overheated. Technical difficulties round 2. Good day. All right, we're talking about comedy, cars, and coffee. I think
yes.
that's what it was.
It is.
Yes. Hannah asked me the questions of like, who do you want to have on at some point? Like definitely, Richard Hammond from Grand Tour. That would just be iconic. But at the same time, I would love to not use like the Ford. No offense to Ford. But like it would just be so much fun to have a cooler car to do it with and kind of like play that up as opposed to like, oh, you're driving around in a Ford.
Right.
Cool guys, cool beans. But one day, I think that might end up turning into like the Golf that I get. If they want to get a Golf GTI, and I might even say, because it's gonna be a stick shift. I might even just be like, all right, you know how to drive it? No? All right, we're teaching you. That's part of it.
Oh man, that'd be a funny video trying to teach me how to drive stick.
Oh my gosh! Actually, that's actually a pretty good idea. Have a segment like teaching someone how to drive stick.
Oh yeah, so many bloopers.
Oh, that'd be so funny. I would love that. So what are some of your pastimes? Hannah and I talked about fishing last time.
Fishing.
Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, anything sports related, like baseball, football, basketball, yeah, major sports. But
there's a fourth one,
like
hockey.
Okay, yeah,
Come
hockey.
on.
I do love hockey. The one pro hockey game is that match? What?
Game.
Was up in Canada, up in Montreal.
Oh,
what a game! Oh my!
I hate the
goodness.
Canadians, but still, what an experience.
Honestly, I like the team because just the atmosphere it brought. Like they were down 3-0 to the the Blackhawks.
Chicago
Blackhawks. Yeah. And they scored, and it was still they went absolutely insane, and I loved it. And it's so loud and genuine, and like the people are just like, I'm leaving. I hate this team. Da, 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 all that stuff. So it was so great. But yeah, hockey. I like hockey. yeah, but I would say like even NASCAR. Like some people don't consider it a sport, but like I'm a big NASCAR fan. I love NASCAR.
They're still athletes.
Oh, absolutely. Someone that tells me they're not an athlete, I can't be friends with them, you know? But yeah, I like to play sports. I like to play video games. Honestly, movies. I'm a huge movie watcher, and TV shows. I'm running out of TV shows and movies at this point because I've just watched so many.
Well, there's no new ones either.
Right, nothing's coming out right now because of quarantine and everything.
Yeah. Do you hear, you know Film Theory, the YouTube channel?
No, I do not.
So,
I've heard of the Pixar theory. Did they do that?
I don't know if they did or that or not. I don't think they did. But they basically, like, they make videos on, like, how to survive the Hunger Games, like, all these, like, different theories.
Like, get into that.
One of my favorites, this doesn't have to do with what I was going to say. They did Lego Batman versus DC Batman. Like, who is actually stronger?
It's hilarious.
I'm not going to spoil it, but it's, like, it's so funny how, like, in-depth they go. But I had one video about Black Widow movie. And, like, why it still, like, wasn't direct to home or direct to streaming.
Yeah.
How just there's you guys have to watch the video. Film Theory. It's called Theory about the Dark Avengers. How this movie might be so more instrumental than we think. Might actually be worth going to, which I'm excited for no matter what. It's a Marvel movie. They're so much fun. But where it might set up Thaddeus Ross, current like Secretary of State or whatever, as the Red Hulk, because that's Thaddeus Ross is the Red Hulk in the comics, and they've already established AIM as like extremist program making heat-based villains, and the Red Hulk is actually heat-based. When he gets angry, he actually gets hotter. And in the trailer, you can see AIM technology. It literally says AIM in one of the shots. So they're might put together like those two combined create the Thunderbolts, which is like anti-heroes, and then they end up evolving into the Dark Avengers, or they just jump straight to it. And like potentially Black Widow might not even be dead. It might be
Spoilers.
I know. It's like, dear goodness, and it's like such a good theory. Like personally, I love that stuff and love to see whether it comes true. It's not so much it's been spoiled. It's like they were right. It's so cool. But there's a lot like the same vest in the trailer that Yelena Belova's wearing is the exact same vest that Black Widow's wearing in the Scotland train scene fighting off Corpus Clave and whatever the other person's name is. Like to the T, where they wear it in the same fashion. Black Widow's hair is blonde, even though she's famously redheaded. Yelena Belova's blonde. So it was like one of those like probably still wrong, but at the same time it's like you've got me convinced. You've got me convinced. It'd be so cool. I did a lot of like theory watching for Endgame. That got kind of out of hand, and I was like, I'm gonna just straight spoil it for myself at this point. Like, and that was one of those cinematic moments in history where it's like, you can't spoil this. Right. You gotta just enjoy it.
There were so many different theories that seemed great or could have been great, but they weren't what actually happened. And that was so great that they didn't get it right. There's so many people that didn't get it right.
See, like, well, that's why with Black Widow, I'm okay if it's been spoiled already. Like, it's just one of those. It's a smaller movie. It'll probably play a bigger role than we think. Like they're suggesting it might. Why it's still being released in theaters and pushing everything else back. But it's like, it's not Endgame. I don't care if it gets spoiled. That's just kind of fun.
Honestly, though, I do enjoy a nice episode of Psych. The greatest show of all time.
You think it's the greatest show of all time?
I mean, my personal opinion. I mean, someone could prove me wrong very easily, probably. I don't have very defense on it. My personal opinion is I've never seen a show as great. Comedically, but not like super dirty. Like, yes, The Office is funny, but like, it's not. I wouldn't say it's as clean as maybe Psych, but it's just fun. It's fun.
Sorry, the pickup truck distracted me. What show are you talking about?
Psych.
Oh, I thought you said like Psych, and I was like, wait, there's another show going on in there?
Well, like The Office. Like The Office, like there's a lot of things that they can't redo The Office now because of some of the things they say.
Right.
Like, not even close. But I don't know. It's also a story. building off of itself. I don't like a show that really just doesn't build. It doesn't
Have you watched How I Met Your Mother?
I've never watched it in order. Like it would always be on TV when I like turned on the TV after school, and I would watch it. So I don't know how it ends. But
Watch it in order.
I love it.
It is
It's
one
a
of
good
the.
show.
It is. I think Brooklyn Nine-Nine is my
That's a funny
favorite
show.
TV show. Second favorite is How I Met Your Mother.
Wait, so you say Brooklyn Nine-Nine is your favorite show?
Favorite.
Wow.
Absolutely love it.
That's bold.
I'm also okay. Movies trump TV shows in my opinion. So like my
Okay.
recommendation on TV shows is not like good.
Okay.
Don't take it very far.
Well, what would you say your favorite movie would be?
Baby
or-
Driver.
Okay, Baby Driver, I've heard that's really good. I've never seen it. But what about favorite movie trilogy or / series? This could get very tense if you say the wrong thing.
I base a lot on movies on how much I had fun and how like stuff like that. And there's not like are Marvel movies my favorite movies.
Okay.
But as Marvel as a series is my favorite series because of how much fun I have with the whole thing.
Okay.
Because like if Baby Driver there's 3 movies equally as good as Baby Driver, far and away it would be whatever series that would be.
Right.
Or Scott Pilgrim versus the World, like another movie, like anything like that in a type of trilogy of that caliber would take the cake over Marvel, but those just don't exist, and that's part of the problem. So I'm kind of stuck with, like, I watch a lot of Marvel stuff. I just bought Thor Ragnarok on Blu-ray for Taika Waititi's commentary on it. It's so funny.
That is one of the loudest movies I've ever seen.
Loudest?
Loudest. Like, one scene can be super quiet, and the next one is extremely loud. Like, you can't watch it when you need to, like, you can't be, like, in an apartment, like, where the walls are thin. Like, I'd say that's the loudest one I've ever experienced. Now, there might be other loud ones, but that is ridiculous.
That's gonna go back and forth. Does get funny. I love that. That's my favorite Marvel movie, though. Thor Ragnarok. Yeah,
It's good.
cinematic experience, Endgame, far and away, is just unreal.
Yeah.
Infinity War is up there as well because I was with so many friends. But I think Ragnarok was a better movie. It was so funny. I
That's the. I feel like that could be just as much of a Hulk movie as it is a Thor movie.
well, it's I think a early phase 3 like ideas were to have a Planet Hulk movie,
Yeah.
and then they got nixed. So they kind of mixed Planet Hulk in with Thor Ragnarok. And that's what happened.
I thought they could still do a Planet Hulk movie after Infinity War, and Endgame.
I mean, they could definitely still go back because he was on Sakaar for 2 years. So
Mhm.
I don't see why they can't. Yes. Nope. Lost that one. Well, maybe we call it. At least in the car. We can keep
I
talking.
guess because it's hot.
Yeah, it just gets hot.
My bad. I've been told before.
We lost that camera like 20 minutes ago.
Really?
I think I got like maybe another 10 minutes, and it's like I'm rarely going to use that one probably, so I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't really care too much. All right, well, thank you, Cody, for joining. Ton of fun.
Yeah, it was.
Even if all the cameras, except for this one, cut off at some point or another.
Faithful.
Oh, faithful.
faithful.
That's why we're still talking to you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, guys. Probably going to have my friend Nate West on next. Who knows? We'll have some fun. Hopefully you learn something. Have a good day, guys.